Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man Drutube, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and of course, Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. Keep pushing yourself toward your destiny. Ignore anything in the way that shouldn't be and press on. You have to ignore things that are in the way when you are working towards your destiny. It's a lot of things that will present themselves that will try to throw you off. All right. It's going to be a lot of things that will present themselves that try to throw you off. And you're going to have to ignore them. And you're going to have to keep your focus on your goal. All right. Whatever your goal is, you could be trying to get in the gym, lose weight. You could be trying to eat better. You could be trying to read more. You could be trying to do more in a certain area of your life. You could be trying to build something that you've been working on for a long time, putting together a organization, putting together a club, putting together a foundation. Maybe you're putting something in place that would do your environment or your neighborhood some good. Keep pushing, because somebody out there needs you to do what you're doing, and you may think it's small. You may not see the greatness in it. You may not see just how much you're helping people, but anything that tries to place itself before that or get in the way of that, ignore it. If there's something that's getting on your nerves, somebody's bringing difficulty into your life, someone's trying to get you to do the opposite. You may be trying to eat a certain way. They want to go out and get pizza. You're going to have to ignore that, and you're going to have to stay disciplined. They want you to, it may be something fun happening, and you might want to go out and have a good time. You're going to have to stay disciplined, and you're going to have to ignore your desire to go have fun at that particular time. It's a lot of things you could ignore that will get you the result you want. Whatever is in the way, whatever shouldn't be there. All right, whatever's in the way, whatever shouldn't be there, whatever you're trying to do, and whatever pops up in its place that you would rather go do, you're going to have to ignore that. All the fun is going to be there for you later. Everything that you enjoy is still going to be there. You're going to have to put that to the side, and you're going to have to continue on and stay disciplined. You're going to have to continue on and not do what you've been doing, and stay on schedule and do what you have been doing. And this is where discipline comes into play. People start off really great, but then when it comes to being consistent and continuing on, a lot of people fall off track. There are things that are there that shouldn't be there. All right. There are things that are there that will distract you, that will pull you to the side, that will try to steal your focus. And it gets difficult. There's life. You're supposed to live your life, but you're also supposed to stay on task. You're also supposed to stay on track. It's good to live your life. It's good to have fun and have experiences. It's good to do things that you like to do, that you think are fun, that you would enjoy doing. But you also have to keep in mind that there's things that you have to be doing, so that way you can truly get to where you want. Everybody wants to get somewhere. Not everybody's willing to put in the work. Some people will put in the work in the beginning. Some people will enjoy it when it starts out. Everybody's having a good time. People are enjoying it. They're motivated. But then a couple weeks in, a month in, a couple months in, people tend to not be as motivated. People tend to not be as structured. They tend to not be as focused. You have to keep pushing yourself toward your destiny. All right. You have to keep pushing yourself towards your destiny. You may want to have a cheat day on a day that's not a cheat day. You have to keep pressing towards your destiny. as bad as you want to have a cheat day, as bad as you want to eat how you want to eat, as bad as you want that snack or whatever it is, what's more important to you? How the goal you're trying to reach, or eating this particular snack because it's so good and you can't wait? All right. A lot of people just need some time to themselves to sit, think, and wait and weigh their options. All right. It may be something that you're saving for. Maybe you want to go buy something. Maybe something new comes out. That shouldn't be there. That's a distraction. All right. The distraction should not be put in place of your goals. All right. A goal should not be behind a distraction. A distraction should not be there in place of where your goals are. All distractions should be out the way, because you want to achieve something so bad, you're willing to cut everything off. All right. You may want to dip into your savings and go buy those new shoes because they look really fly. You may want to go buy that hat because it completes your outfit, and it will put the finishing touches on things, and you may even deserve it. You may even deserve it. But if there's a goal you're trying to reach, if there's something that you're trying to do, maybe you're trying to save up enough so you'll have enough for this car. Maybe you're trying to save up enough so you can be able to pay your rent this month. Definitely don't play around with that. Maybe you're trying to save up enough so you could go and take a vacation. Maybe you're trying to save up enough for something really important, a new computer, or a new phone, or some new tools. All right, maybe it's something that you need. All right, maybe you need something for the type of work that you do. All right, are you going to allow your want for some new clothes, or your want for something that they just showed on TV, or something you saw someone with that looked real nice? Are you going to let that get in the way of what it is you really wanted before that? Sometimes you have to put your wants and your desires to the side for what you need. There's nothing wrong with wanting, there's nothing wrong with having desire, but it's better for you to focus on what you need. Rich people buy what they need. People who want to, rich people, I'm just going to say it like this. I'm just going to give it to you straight. Rich people buy what they need. And if you're working towards some type of financial freedom, if you're working towards accomplishing some type of goal, you have to ignore all the things that shouldn't be there. If you have a goal, then this new whatever it is, it shouldn't be in your mind. You have to cut yourself off from wanting it. You have to cut yourself off from all the things that are in the way. Going out to eat, maybe you should only do that on the weekends. Maybe you should find a way to budget your finances a little better, to manage your finances a little better. You have to decide what your wants are versus what your needs are, and you have to make your needs more important. Whatever your needs are, make sure that those are the most important things. Your wants, those aren't important things. All the funds and resources that you have left over, those are for your wants. I mean, yeah, exactly. Those are for the things that you want. If you can't find a way to reinvest that, or if you're not in a position to where you should reinvest that. Some of us are in positions to where we can have a little fun and enjoy ourselves with our extra resources, and some of us are in positions to where we need everything that we have and everything that we touch, and all the resources that enter into our hands we need to make the best usage of. So if depending on your situation, you have to determine what your needs are versus your wants, and that way you can continue to make the best decisions that will work for you. You want to do things that will work for you. You want to remove all the things that shouldn't be there. If you know you have to have a certain amount of resources for the end of the month, then the idea of going out or buying this or dipping into this, or I'm just going to do this once, those ideas should not be there. That one time could be the one time that throws you off. That one time could be the one thing that messes you up for the whole entire month. That one time could be that one thing that throws you off, and now you got to start over from scratch. All right, you can live your life how you want. You have free will to do what you want, But what I'm saying is that you need to, if you have a goal and you want to achieve it, then you have to stay disciplined, because if not, you're not going to achieve your goal, and you may possibly be lying to yourself and thinking that you're doing something when you're not. I'm here to try to motivate you to not waste your time, so that way you can be honest with yourself and truthful with yourself, and also so you can stay on point, because I'm right there with you. I have things myself that I'm holding it down and that I'm staying focused on and that I'm not giving in, so that way I can get the result I want. And I'm here to tell you that you should want to do the same. You should want to not have that snack. You should want to not go out that day if you told yourself you weren't going to do that. And that's really all I'm saying. All I'm saying is you should stick to your guns. You should stick to the script. You should stick to your original plan of what you told yourself you were going to do. And we all have things that we told ourselves we were going to do, but we put things in place of what we said that we were going to do that shouldn't have been there. All right, that fun time that we said that we were going to fall back on and only do that maybe a couple days out of the week. And if you go back on that, I mean, if you told yourself that's something that you weren't going to do, don't go back on that. All right, the idea of that should not be there. You shouldn't be focusing on that. You need to put your mind where you are right now in the present moment, and just be grateful for the fact that you're embarking on a new journey, and you've had enough discipline this far to make it this far. You don't want to waste your time and effort and energy that you put into yourself. Start keeping your word to yourself. That's what the premise of this video is about. All right, keeping our word to ourselves. If not, we're lying to ourselves. We have to keep our word to ourselves. We have to keep it real with ourselves. We have to be honest with ourselves first. You have to be real with you, and you have to be honest with you. All right, holding yourself accountable. What did you tell yourself you were going to do? How did you tell yourself you were going to do it? What kind of results are you looking for? What would make you the most happy? This temporary satisfaction, or reaching the said goal you told yourself that you would achieve? I know it's just a little snack. I know it's just going out today. I know it's just taking a break and not doing it today. But that's going to lead up to creating a habit. That's going to lead up to a routine. The less you do something, the less likely you are to do it. So when you tell yourself you're going to do something and you put something in its place that shouldn't have been there, you told yourself you were going to read. Instead, you put 30 minutes of TV instead of 30 minutes of reading, or 30 minutes of self-education, or 30 minutes of learning, or 30 minutes of studying. Then you just lied to yourself as far as that goal is concerned, and you failed as far as that goal is concerned. That's a fail for the day. You don't want to have fails for the day. You have to hold yourself accountable for your fails. Whatever you told yourself you were going to do and you didn't do, that's a fail. And we all have things that we tell ourselves that we're not going to do, but it's important to hold yourself accountable so that way you can get it done. And if it's something that you really want to really truly want to do, you will get it done. You'll find a way to get it done. You'll end up forcing yourself to get it done. You will force yourself to get it done. Sometimes we have to force ourselves to get things done by removing things out of the way that shouldn't be there. Keep pressing on. All right, you have to keep pressing on. When you feel like you're about to break, when you feel like you can't do it, when you feel like you're weak, when you feel like you need some strength, ask God to give you the strength to continue on and get through and get to where you need to go. If you're trying to fast for a certain amount of hours, if you're trying to fast for a certain amount of hours, and this fasting could be more than just eating. Sometimes we're fasting, told ourselves we weren't going to eat as much. Hold yourself to that. All right, whatever you're fasting from, hold yourself to that. You told yourself you weren't going to watch as much TV. Hold yourself to that. Do what you said you were going to do. Get your study on. Get your paint on. Get your drawing on. Get your knowledge on. Get your exercise on. Get your study on. Get your meditation on. You told yourself you were going to meditate for 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. Make time for yourself. The time you make for yourself, you're putting love into yourself, and you're going to love yourself for being honest with yourself, for keeping it real with yourself, and for keeping your word to yourself. The more you keep your word to yourself, the more you're going to be able to trust yourself, the more your inner child is going to be able to trust you, and the more that you're going to have confidence in yourself. When you have trust in yourself, confidence automatically comes with that. All right. So when you do things, when you tell yourself, hey, I'm going to do this, and you actually do that, you have trust in yourself, and you believe more in yourself, and you know that, hey, I get things done. I'm going to get things done. You start to feel confident in yourself. You start to do more. You start to achieve more. You start to attack more. And you're going to want to be motivated to do more. And that's what you want. You want to be motivated to do as much as you could possibly do. So that way there can't be any room for anything that's not supposed to be there to be there. All right, you want to be so disciplined that even though you can afford those shoes, you told yourself you weren't going to buy any more shoes for this month. So that's what you're going to do. You want to be so disciplined that even though you can go out and do things and enjoy yourself, you said, I'm only going to do this a certain amount of times a week, and that's what I'm going to hold myself to. That's good for your health. It's good for your finances. It's good for your mind. There's a part of your mind that when you tell yourself you're going to do something and you do it, it shrinks. And when this part of your mind shrinks, it's good. When you do things like, say you tell yourself, I'm not going to eat this piece of cake, and then you go eat that piece of cake, it gets bigger. The smaller this part of your brain is, they've studied people, and they showed that the longer people live who deny themselves certain things and who stay disciplined and who do things that they told themselves they were going to do. All right. Tend to live longer lives. And this is just a study. All right. They tend to live longer lives, but they also tend to appreciate themselves more. When you tell yourself you're going to do something and you go do it, you appreciate yourself so much more, and you feel that much better about yourself. It changes the way you walk. It changes the way you see yourself. You start to feel like someone. You start to feel good about yourself because you're holding yourself accountable and you're making things happen. Don't lie to yourself and tell yourself you're going to do something and then don't do it. And if you did that and you didn't do it, make sure that you do that. You owe it to yourself to do that. You owe yourself. You love yourself that much. You have that much gratitude. You know that if this is something that you really want to do, you should do it. You owe it to the inner child in yourself, because the inner child always wanted to be this or do this or have something to do around this if it's something that you love to do, and you owe that to yourself. All right, you don't want to be you don't want to be having days pass you by, years pass you by, decades pass by, and then you look back and you didn't attack a goal, you didn't go after a goal. All right, you may not have been attacking it, you may have been slothful with it, you may have not been as eager with it, but now's your chance. Today's your opportunity to keep your word. Today's your opportunity to allow yourself to be greater than you were previously. Today's your opportunity to decide to do something and keep your word to yourself and do it, so that way you could feel good, because you deserve to feel good. You deserve to have that self-love. You deserve to accomplish those goals you told yourself you were going to accomplish, because you can accomplish them, and you're great enough to accomplish them, and you have enough in you to be able to accomplish them and get it done, and to do a great job, and to be satisfied with the job that you do. You do great work. Despite other people liking it or not, despite other people being interested or not, despite other people thinking it's going to work for you or not, despite other people thinking it's beneficial for you or not, you deserve to give yourself a chance, to take a risk on yourself, to believe in yourself, to be aware that you can be as good as everyone else. You need that awareness. You need to be aware that everyone else that's good, you could be just as good as them. And you don't have to be a failure. You don't have to not be good at something that you want to be good at. All it takes is you putting everything to the side that doesn't need to be there. All it takes is you to keep pushing forward towards your destiny. Keep pushing yourself, whether it is eating less, whether it is reading more, whether it is watching less TV, whether it is going for that jog, going for that walk, going to go exercise, even though you don't feel like it. All right. Whatever it is you told yourself you were going to do, you'll be blessed if you do it. You'll be blessing yourself. You'll be relieving stress. You'll be decluttering your mind. You'll be opening up your mind and its ability to go do more and achieve more. When the mind knows that it can do something, it's going to seek out more things to do. You tell yourself you're going to do something, give your mind an objective, and actually follow through with it and go do it. Your mind starts to grow. Your opportunities for yourself start to grow. Your outlook on yourself and your abilities start to expand. You start to view yourself in a better light. You start to see more possibilities for yourself. You start to see yourself as being more capable to do things. You start to take on more things and believe in yourself and try things you never even thought you could accomplish. All right, but you have to move those things out of the way. You have to keep pushing yourself towards your destiny. You have to ignore anything that shouldn't be there. All right, those new shoes, ignore those. All right, that new hat, ignore that. That new belt, ignore that. All right, that new restaurant that just opened up. You told yourself you weren't going to go out into the weekend. Ignore that. Start doing the things you told yourself you were going to do, so that way you can have the life that you told yourself you were going to have. You don't want life to pass you by and see other people winning and you not be the one winning, and you not see yourself living the life that you told yourself you could live. Whatever you told yourself, make it happen, because it can happen and you can actually create it. You just have to have action and take steps towards doing it, and making sure that you keep your word to yourself. All right, because lying to yourself is not going to get you anywhere. It feels good to tell yourself you're going to do all these things. It feels good to tell yourself that I'm this and I'm going to do that, and it feels really good to tell ourselves these things. But when it actually comes to sitting down and doing it, sometimes it doesn't feel that good. Let's just keep it real. That's why I emphasize on people doing things that they love. If it's something that you love, you could push through the I don't feel like it, and you can get that lazy fog part of your brain out of the way and get to the creative part, which is underneath that you have the power to utilize and actually make a difference in your life. You have to get past the lazy part of your mind and get to the creative part of your mind. You're not lazy, all right? You can be as motivated as you want. Stop telling yourself you're lazy. Stop telling yourself you're tired. Stop telling yourself you're lazy because you're not doing things. It's mental blocks. There's something in your mind telling yourself you're not good enough. There's something in your mind not believing in yourself properly. There's something in your mind that is causing anxiety, and that's making you procrastinate. It's making you think you can't do it, and it's causing you to not pick it up. See yourself as being able to do it. See yourself as being able to achieve it. Literally see yourself going to the eye of your mind. All right, and see yourself wearing what you want to wear, the amount of money you want to have, the type of life you want to live. You have to see these things, and it will cause you to feel good. All right, instead of being down on yourself and instead of being hard on yourself, re create yourself, recreate the way you see yourself, recreate the way you speak about yourself, and keep pushing yourself toward your destiny. Remove everything that shouldn't be there: negative thoughts, negative thinking, bad self-talk. All right, you think no one hears your bad self-talk, but you hear it, and that's the only person that is going to be affected by it either way. That negative self-talk will hold you back for life. That negative self-talk will destroy any time and energy that you could ever possibly put into yourself, because you won't ever put it into yourself if you feel so terribly about yourself. Self-talk is everything. People say gassing up this and gassing up that. No, you're speaking the life you want into existence. And if you're smart enough, you'll listen to some people who are speaking positive life into existence on you. And that's what it's all about. People don't understand the power of the mind, but on this channel, me and my house, all right, where we understand the laws of your subconscious mind. All right, we understand the mind on this channel. We understand how thoughts work, how what we say about ourselves works, and we understand that our words are a GPS to our reality. Our words are a GPS to our reality. What you see is what you get, and what you speak is what you get. Speak the life that you want into existence. See yourself already living the life that you want. Don't see yourself having problems. Don't see yourself in the problem. People get caught up by the things that we're going through and they can't look past it. You have to be able to look past it. You have to be able to look past it in your mind's eye and see differently for yourself. You may have a crappy job, you may be there physically, don't see yourself there. You may be in a circumstance that is unfortunate. You may be in a situation that's unfortunate. You may be going through something that's unfortunate. See better for yourself. You have to be able to look past it. This is why people will have attitudes. This is why I previously used to have an attitude when I was going through things. I would only see myself involved in the problem, with the problem, and I wouldn't be able to look past the problem. I wouldn't see anything better for myself. And that causes you to panic. That causes you to have anxiety. That causes you to procrastinate. That causes you to catastrophize, look at things as a catastrophe, and end up causing yourself a calamity. None of those things need to take place. If you look past it, if you're able to look to the hills from whence cometh thine help, you have to look above all that BS and you have to look to God. Look above all the BS and look to God, because when you look to God, God sees you how you see yourself. And when you look to God, you see yourself the way God sees you, in a better light. Being able to do what it is you want to do, being able to have what it is you want to have, what you truly desire. But you have to get all the things that shouldn't be there in the way so you can focus. People who have great things have sacrificed great things. People who have a great level of wealth have a great level of discipline. People who have a great level of success have a great level of discipline, focus. They're able to strategize. They're able to plan. They take their time to think. They take their time to use their day to the best of their ability. And it's really up to you with what you choose to do and how you choose to live your life, what you choose to put in place, what you choose to make important to you, what you choose to do, and what you choose not to do. Very important. You have to push yourself. You may not feel like doing it. You may not feel like dieting. You may not feel like reading. You may not feel like working out. You may not feel like going to the gym. You may not feel like going for that walk. All right. You may not feel like educating yourself. You may not feel like watching that positive video. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your mind. You owe it to your mind. To you have to work on your mind and get your thoughts in alignment with how you see yourself in the life that you want. You have to keep pushing yourself toward your destiny, whatever destiny that may be. You have to ignore anything that shouldn't be there because it's in the way. Anything that's in the way, you have to move it out the way. You have to see it as not in the way by looking past it. You have to look past all the difficulties. You have to look past all the struggles. You have to look past everything that is causing you to believe that what you're trying to do is going to be too hard. When things get hard, you're going to have to do it hard. When things become difficult, you're going to have to do it difficult. You're going to have to work through those difficulties. You're going to have to keep pushing yourself. You may not feel like it. Stop telling yourself you don't feel like it. You may be tired. Stop telling yourself you're tired. It doesn't matter what age you are. People say, "Oh man, I'm not what I used to be," or this, that, and the other. They could program themselves that way all they desire to, all they wish to. I'm not programming myself that way. You got people in China, ancient monks that move faster than some people in America that's in their teens or in their early 20s, or healthy in life, or appear to be healthy. You got people in other countries that's old, that move, or quote unquote, more experienced, and they move better than people who are more youthful and supposed to be more jubilant than them. It's all in your mind, and it's all how you choose to use your mind and how you choose to use your time. Some people choose to use their mind and time to exercise their body, to move their body, to use their body. They told themselves they weren't going to get old, and they did things so that wouldn't happen. They told themselves they were going to exercise. They got up off their butt and made it happen. They told themselves that they were going to do something, and they got up and did it. And this boils down to everything in life. When you see people who have and see people who have not, you see people who did and you see people who did not. When you look at your life, you want to look at yourself as somebody that did. You want to look at yourself as somebody that can do. You want to look at yourself as somebody that is going to have. You don't want to see yourself as anything negative, because that's going to hold you back and not bring into your life the things that you actually need, the things that you actually want, the things that you actually deserve, the things that you are actually worthy of. And you know you're worthy of amazing, great things. You know you are. You're truly worthy of great and amazing things. Yes, you are. Keep pushing yourself towards your destiny. You have to keep pushing yourself toward your destiny. We've all got a destiny. And whether you know it or not, you're pushing yourself towards your destiny. You just have to look and see which destiny you're pushing yourself towards. Are you pushing yourself towards a destiny of not doing anything and just being content? Or are you pushing yourself toward a destiny to where you're making the most out of yourself and you're going to achieve greatness? It's up to you. Wherever you see yourself is where you're going to be. Wherever you see yourself is where you're going to be. Start speaking what you want to have into existence. People can say whatever they want, but you will get it and you will have it. All you have to do is believe it. When you pray, believe that you have these things and you will receive them. Affirmations are a form of prayer. When you speak these things, believe that you have them and you will receive them. You say it and say it and say it and say it, and then over time you begin to believe it, and what you believe, it becomes real. What you believe over time becomes real. That's why the mind is so powerful. Why do you think they spend so much money on advertising? Why do you think they spend so much money trying to get their images into your mind? You have to you have to get the image you want in your mind. People will use their images. We're talking about not buying things and not going places and not doing things we told ourselves we weren't going to do, right? When we do that, what happens? We turn on the TV, boom, we see that thing we just told ourselves we weren't going to do. We see that place we just told ourselves we weren't going to go. We see that things that we just told ourselves we weren't going to eat. You really have to be extremely disciplined in the time that we're living in, with all the advertisement being forced on you, all the images being forced on you, buying things that you don't even need. Rich people buy things they need. People who aren't rich out here buying everything. People who have more money tend to not even want to even use it like that. Keep pushing yourself toward your destiny. I know you're headed somewhere great, and I know you want to do some amazing things with your life, and I know you're going to do some amazing things with your life. You just have to hold it down and stay disciplined. Hold yourself accountable. Keep your word to yourself. To thine own self be true. Keep your word. Don't lie to yourself. You know you told yourself you was going to do that today. Do it. Carve some time out, even if it's 15 minutes. Make sure you do it. I know you just worked all day. I know you just pulled you a 12-hour shift, 14-hour shift. I know you went hard today. Still, still do what you told yourself you were going to do. And don't let that day pass you by. You owe it to yourself to keep it real, to keep your word, and to put more into yourself than somebody else's company. Keep pushing yourself towards your destiny. Ignore anything in the way that shouldn't be there. Don't give these other people your money when you told yourself you were going to hold on to it, told yourself you were going to save it. There's something important that you were trying to do. You keep that money. You don't touch your savings. You don't go out and eat. You eat that stuff in your refrigerator. Eat that sandwich. Eat that meal that you prepared for yourself. I know it tastes good. Keep your word to yourself, all right? Even if you can go out there and afford this or pay for that or buy that, you told yourself you weren't going to do it. It's better for you, even though you can afford it, it's better for you to be disciplined. It's better for you to keep your word and get in the routine of keeping your word. So that way it'll get easier for you. And that way you won't be lying to yourself. That's pretty much it for this video. I'd like to thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace, love, and light. We out.